Hello everyone, it's so happy to be here. I'm Penny Deng, the co-founder of AI Research, 海外独角兽. We are an AI research platform with more than 160,000 subscribers, and we have done more than 300 AI deep insights. And we also do AI investment in both private markets and public markets. In private markets, we've been deeply focused on building AGI portfolio and backing leading companies like Anthropic, Perplexity, and XAI. At the same time, we realized that the private investment is very limited to some people. So we decided to build a public investment tool for everyone who wants to capture the value of AGI. So after some research and applying our understanding of AI, we conduct our framework to assess AI purity and the potential for all the public companies. And after some work, we have done this very AI-native index called AGIX. We want to build AGIX like the NASDAQ 100 in the Europe. We all know that NASDAQ 100 has outperformed all the hedge fund managers out there. And everyone make NASDAQ 100 as a benchmark of the tech market. But the reality is, a lot of companies in NASDAQ 100 is not tech companies. There are consumer companies, fintech companies, and retailer companies. And many companies in NASDAQ 100 have nothing to do with AI. But looking forward, we think every important company in the future will be AI driven. So we think we need a new AI native index. And our analysis shows that we can see here, if we build an index constructed based on AI exposure, it will indeed deliver a better return from QQQ. And this shows our top 10 holdings of AGIX. We cross all the different parts from semi, infra, and application who has very big AI potential. And what's interesting here is, in our top 10 holdings, we have a private company called Anthropic. We include private company in an index is because we want to better reflect the AGI portfolio. We all know, with the leading model in the world grows very fast, and with the rich capital in the Silicon Valley, a lot of very good AGI companies, they have very enough capital, and they will remain in the private market for the near term. So if we want to capture this value of this private company, how we do that? We decided to allocate 10% of our allocation from index with this private company. And we choose Anthropic as our first choice, because Anthropic is the leading company in the agentic and coding area. And we believe this portfolio will bring our investors very big exposure to the whole beta of the economy of coding and agent. And also, Anthropic is a company very focused on AGI. A lot of researchers are doubting whether pre-training can still push forward. But Anthropic researchers, they are very focused on still building the very innovative algorithm and still pushing forward the pre-training process. And in the future, we plan to include more companies like Perplexity and OpenAI or Databricks into this index. Next, I'd like to share some of our takeaways in the process of tracking the AGI. The first very obvious feeling is AI adoption is accelerating. So we can see that in private markets, a lot of companies has very rapid speed ARR growth. OpenAI has already achieved more than 7 billion ARR, Anthropic with 2.5 billion ARR, and Cursor just surpassed 500 billion ARR recently. And if we look at the speed of AI native applications surpassing 100 million ARR, it's much faster than the traditional SaaS. And in the public market, although a lot of investors have argued that whether CapEx can really translate into AI revenue, we see some real numbers in the last quarter. So we can see in the last quarter's earning, Azure has grown more than 30% in their revenue, and the AI demand contributing more than 60% of that growth. And Now Assistant, which is a feature launched by ServiceNow, it's a Copilot agent, has surpassed 250 million in ACV, and they are targeting 1 billion ACV in 2026. For Duolingo, which is one of our favorite AGI portfolio, their AI native video conversation feature has penetrated more than 70% of our subscribers. And the company also said they have built 147 courses use AI within last 1 year, which is more than what they have built for the previous 12 years. And Palantir, we always think Palantir is the best context layer builder, and context is the most significant part of deploying AI to enterprise customers. So we can also see a very huge upward of their commercial revenue in US market. So with all the AI revenues in the public market, we think people's doubting about whether AI is true is fading. And also, we also see in 2025, there is a very clear inflection point in AI adopting. From the consumer side, you can see that ChatGPT reached nearly 1 billion monthly active users, and is accelerating after the O-series model launch. And 1 billion monthly active users already equal to 20% of Google users, which is really amazing. And from the B2B side, we can also see that the ramp data shows that we also see a very clearly spike here from January 2025. And we see a similar spike in the token usage, especially after Google launched their Gemini 2.5 Pro. And we believe all the spikes in the revenue and token usage and monthly active users are driven by the models getting better at complex reasoning and unlocking more advanced business use cases. Because people are moving from simple chatbots to more complex workflows like deep research, data analyzing, and even creating a lot of slides. And now we have agents like Manas and Deep Research. They will do their long tasks in the virtual machine and have this browser, and they will do much more work than human being. And with this usage curve upward, it's very clear now for us that it's the best time to invest in AI. If we can see from this comparison from different periods of time, in 2000 to 2020, the broadband got 1,800x speed faster, and data cost dropped 1,000 times. And we can see that every time when the data cost drops below a certain threshold, it unlocks a new wave of application, such as video, stream live, and TikTok. So now we are in the same shift here. We are seeing the intelligence become stronger, at the same time becomes cheaper. And this will unlock a new bunch of new use cases, of which we may not even imagine. Just like nobody can predict TikTok in the era of PC. And next, we're going to talk about how intelligence is still the main story. When we talk to a lot of researchers in the Silicon Valley, it's very clear that intelligence is still the biggest theme, and intelligence will enable the biggest application. If we see this roadmap of model improving, we can see that 3.5 enables ChatGPT, and Sonnet 3.5 enables very strong coding ability led to Cursor, and agentic capabilities of model led to deep research and Manas. So there is not a very clear line between model and application. And we have got a lot of use cases here, but if we look ahead to AGI, we still need more. Just a few days ago, a Silicon Valley lab called Future Lab released an AI scientist that can analyze biomedical data and different databases and suggest a new drug. So AI finding a new drug is not a dream. But if we want to have a co-scientist, maybe win a Nobel Prize or even cure cancer, we still need stronger model. And we also need AI robotics. But we don't have better VLM, which is a model can reason in spatial and physical reality better. And we still don't have online learning. We still don't have multi-agent system. So there is a lot to do. And the most important thing is pushing AGI forward. And for the people who really build apps around this model, I think the most important thing is to really design a good container or an environment to capture the smarter and smarter model. So we all know that agents will be exploded in the next 2 years. We think there are some setups for this.
不是，是这个嘉宾现在身上的这个大疆没连上，得用我现在手上这个来给他收音。
We can see that it doubles every 7 months, and it's still speeding up. When ChatGPT launched in 2022, it only can done 30 seconds of human coding task. But now, GPT-4 can already coding 7 hours in a straight. So it's not a dream that one day an agent can code for a month with a very complex projects. And even sometimes agent maybe do some very innovation scientific projects during iteration innovation. And other things about the agentic explosion we think is the capabilities of agents. After speaking with many researchers, we've identified 5 core capabilities for the agents. So coding is the foundation, and if an agent can run reinforcement learning in thousands of environments, it can dramatically improve the capabilities such as computer use and handle very complex finance model, and even drive code to train the model itself. And instruction following and tool use is the new way to give agents hands. Sam Altman sometimes commented that the new generation of people are using chatbot not as Google, is using it as a new operating system. And we think tool use is the entry point for a chatbot to connect with different contexts and become the new operating system. Long reasoning, long context reasoning is very essential for high-value tasks because agents can understand large code bases with this capability, and agents can even understand long sequence of DNA of human people and try to find a different relationship between different DNA points. And it can also very important in the medical and finance and other high-value work. The last one is online learning, which is very important but still very frontier. We know that the top labs around the world are all working on this. Because now, if we want to improve the model, we can only pre-train or post-training it by human being. But if we have an agent can learn real time in its environment, we can have a lot more. For example, we could see platforms that understand users 100 times better than the recommendation engine we have today. We may have an AI tutor that's truly know their students. And we could also have some scientific projects innovation because the online learning can enable the agent to learn from the best scientists. And the last part is about how to engage with AGI. It's also about the opportunities we see here. So our first thesis is this wave is really big. We believe that, because from the mobile cloud era, the top 10 tech companies become 10 times bigger than the PC internet. And we believe this will happen again in AI. So we'll have next Google, maybe just ChatGPT, next Windows, maybe Anthropic, next AI, maybe Asmorphic, which is a spin-off from DeepMind. And maybe next Meta is a new agent network. And our second thesis is, where can we find the next TikTok? 3 years after iPhone, a lot of application of mobile launch. And now, 3 years after ChatGPT launch, we are seeing a similar takeoff. It's very hard to predict the next TikTok, but currently, we think coding agent would be the leading killer app. We have already seen a productivity leap for developers in the first stage. But what's more exciting is that the next stage, AI coding, is moving beyond developers. Just like with Canva, everyone can be designers. With CapCut, everyone can be directors. With AI coding, all the marketers, designers, and operating people, they can just make their workflow automated. Think of, we can have apps that are disposable, built for single uses, and then just toss. And finally, it will deliver on a massive unmatched demand. And our next stage is inference compute will take over retrain, become the key driver of semiconductor. We believe this in 3 reasons. First, we think strong models are unlocking more adoption, especially the longer and more complex text. As shown on this chart below, we can see that token usage has 5x in the last 6 months. And secondly, we think large-scale reinforcement learning needs a lot of huge amount of inference. Because post-training and pre-training is kind of like a standard formula, but in RL, people need diverse tasks and environment setup and reward designing. So all the researchers, they need to use their own different clusters of GPU to do the different experiments. And this in total will consume even more GPU than the pre-training we used before. Just as the Anthropic researcher noted recently, our GPU will be, our reinforcement learning post-training will be bottlenecked by as much as semiconductors we can give it. And thirdly, we think because the chain of thought will become more prominent during different multimodal. We all know that the chain of thought is only used in LLM recently. And I know a lot of attendees today here is doing multimodal image and video sectors. And we talked to researchers there. If they are working really hard to adopt chain of thought in the video generation and understanding. So if we think of we can deploy COT in the multimodal world, we can think that the video can generate longer and more coherent, logical video for us. And the reasoning will become stronger too, and this will consume more demand of compute. The next thesis is about SaaS. So we think vertical agents are new SaaS. Vertical agent is the most competitive and active space in the Silicon Valley. More than 70% of the startups in YC are doing vertical agents. And when we look at vertical agents, we look at it in 2 ways. The first, by business function, teams that directly drive revenue, such as marketing and sales. Second, by industry, sectors with complex workflows and strong willingness to pay, such as legal and healthcare. And in industry settings, agents can continuously improve by learning from customer data. For example, a customer service agent can learn from past support tickets to handle inquiries more effectively. And in healthcare, an agent trained on patient history can reduce doctors' communication time by 30 to 40%. And we believe that agents won't just change SaaS workflows, they will also reshape how SaaS charge. We believe pricing will shift from seat-based to more approach better suited for agents. Maybe we can charge them by activities, charging by workflow, by outcome, or by agents the company employ. And using this way, the SaaS company can acquire the budgets not only from IT, but also from HR, which means labor. And it's a much bigger market than the IT budgets. And this will really boom the whole digital economy. And we also think AI scientists is a very good opportunity for us. We cannot go very detailed here, but the 2 parts that we are most excited about is biological foundation model and AI scientist. In biological foundation model area, we think a lot of things will happen in the AlphaFold. So we have AlphaFold, and we also have AlphaFold in DNA and virtual cell and other space. And for AI scientists, we think it can really reduce the scientific work and planning and automate the workflows in this area, and enables the scientists to do the work 100 times better. And we also see the opportunities in agent infra. I'll be very quick to touch some point here. So we all know that agents work different than human being. Agents use computer differently. They use browser differently because they don't need to render all the things. And they're running code much faster than a human, so they need an isolated and secure environment. And agents use search engine differently than human being because they can search 100 times faster than human. So we need to give agents their own tools, and we also give agents their own security and identification, and also a payment system. And we believe in this area, we will have the big opportunities as big as AWS. So after all the opportunities in the vertical agents and infra and frontier, we really believe that there is a broad universe of potential AI beneficiaries. But we know that some companies, they adopt AI faster than others. So we really care how big impact their product is and how much AI revenue they have. So with this framework, we choose AI beneficiaries over AI losers. For example, we choose Roblox over Unity because Roblox has already have a lot of AI-assisted apps, but Unity is left behind, adopting their 3D in their engine. And we choose Duolingo over Chat because Duolingo is very, very AI first, but Chat is already disrupted by the chatbots. And we also choose ServiceNow over HubSpot because HubSpot is left behind in terms of building AI agents. But we were tracking this universe very, very closely. And we believe in the future, this universe will expanding. And this is just the shares and presentation for today. And if you are interested in the AGIX index or our research, we should have a QR code here for you to register your email.
すいません、QR コードを表示するのでしばらくお待ちください。
And if you are interested in the AGIX, actually you can search for AGIX in any security trade platform like Weibo, Momo, and yeah.
すいません、QR コード2つあるので少々お待ちください。
Yeah, please scan the left QR code if you want to receive our newsletter and want to see our research in the AI space. Thanks for everyone.